Hi, I'm Becky from Crafters Companion and I'm here to show you our latest sewing template. This is our table tidy. You're going to have the instructions to make this fantastic table tidy to keep all your crafty things organised. Once you open your pack, you'll see that you've got 2 sheets worth of templates for you to use. These templates are made of plastic and they have little notches throughout them, so you can just use a heat erasable pen to mark the relevant part that you want to cut out. And you'll also find inside the booklet, it'll tell you how many of each thing you need to cut out. So the first thing we're going to do is start by doing the little mesh pockets that are going to be at the side of the table tidy. So you'll take your strip of binding to the top edge of the small front pocket, pressing the strip around the top edge of the pocket to enclose the raw edges. Top stitch both edges to secure it in place. Then take the 2 large front pockets right sides together and sew along the top long edge. Next, lay the small front pocket on top of the large front pocket, ensuring both sides and bottom raw edges line up. Base stitch the small front pocket to the large along the bottom and side edges. To create smaller mesh pockets, sew multiple vertical lines from the top of the mesh pocket downwards. Next, we're going to place the main panel right side facing up and pop the pockets we've just worked on right side facing up too. Base stitch the layers together, ensuring that both the side and bottom raw edges line up. Next, we're going to make the handles. To make the side handle, fold the strip in half lengthways and press. Next, open the strip, fold both long edges to the fold line and press. Fold the strip in half lengthways again to hide any raw edges and top stitch along both of those edges. Repeat with the remaining handle. Next, we're going to take a strip of binding and sew that to the top edge of the side pocket, pressing the binding strip close around the top edge of the pocket to enclose any raw edges. Top stitch along the seam to secure it in place and repeat this process with the remaining binding strip and side pocket. Next, lay the side panel right side facing up and place the side pocket on top, right side facing up too. Ensure that both the side and bottom raw edges line up and base stitch those together. Repeat this process with the remaining side panel and then add a handle about 2 inches down from the top edge of the side panel and baste in place. Repeat this process with the remaining side panel and handle. Next, we're going to make the zip vinyl pocket. We're going to take the zip vinyl pocket and sew the binding strips to both edges of the zip using the zipper foot. Next, we're going to sew the vinyl to the back of one of the binding strips. We're going to now create the back panel of the table tidy and take the remaining main panel, right sides facing up, and lay the zip pocket on top, lining up the side and bottom edges. Next, sew along the top binding edge to secure the pocket in place. Take the outer main bag panel with the right sides together and place the side panel on top, lining it up with the side seam and bottom corner. Sew to secure all those layers together and repeat this process with the remaining side main panel. Place the remaining outer panel right side facing down on top, lining it up with the raw edges of the side panel. Sew to secure the layers together and repeat this process with the remaining side of the main panel and side panel. To finish the outer bag, we need to find the centre points of the bag base and the bottom edge of the main bag. With right sides together, pin the base to the bottom edge of the bag, lining up the centre points and sew around the base to secure. Now we're going to work on the lining. Take the 2 pleated pocket panels and with the right sides facing, sew along the long top edge. Turn the panels so right sides are facing and top stitch along the edge you've just stitched. Measure and mark 6.25 inches in from both short sides and centrally lay your pocket onto one of the lining panels and stitch in place down the centre. Next, baste the pocket side to each side of the lining panel and manipulate the pocket on each side to line up with a 6.25 marking to create your pocket pleats. Press well, baste stitch along the bottom edge to secure. Then take the other lining main bag panel and with the right sides facing together, place a lining side panel on top, lining up with the side and the bottom corner. Sew to secure the layers together and repeat this to attach the remaining lining side panel. Find the centre points of the lining bag base and the bottom edge of the lining main bag. Sew around the base to secure, remembering to leave an 8-inch gap in the seam before turning the bag through. Turn the main bag inside out and place the lining and outer bags right sides together, Pin well and then sew around the top of the bag, taking care when manoeuvring the dip in the top. Turn the bag through so the right sides are showing and then stitch the hole in the lining closed. To finish off, top stitch around the edge of the bag and you're all done. So you can see you've got various little pockets and different pockets and places to put all of your crafty items to make sure you're all nice and organised for the future.